Hey, I'm Dana Evans, your host of Living Top 20, and I am so excited to bring the Top 20 training material to you through this website, Living Top 20. Today we have author Tom Cody with us today, and he's going to help share the story of what Living Top 20 is and how it's going to help you bring this material into your daily life. I actually heard about Top 20 about, 5 or 6 years ago now, and I was a complete groupie. The second I heard it, I was totally sold because I couldn't believe what it did for my own life. Then I brought it to my family, brought it to my classroom and my students. My parents started asking for parent classes, and the material just kind of grew from there. And what I noticed was, while I read that book cover to cover, and I was a total enthusiast, the knowledge was in me, but it wasn't yet me. How can I really live this and make it a daily practice? And that's kind of how Living Top 20 was born. And I think it's exciting because what it does for us as an individual. Tom here was, this man was barely tolerable before Living Top 20, let me tell you.
That's my wife.
Can you talk to us a little bit about what Top 20's done in your life?
Well, yeah, this came to me about 15 years ago now. It seems like 15 minutes. But a man named Michael came into my life and brought a lot of these concepts that he was working on in business. And he asked me if I thought they'd be a natural fit in the classroom. Well, it really wasn't about the classroom. Michael was trying to rehabilitate me. And it took me a while, but once I caught on to this, my life changed in amazing ways. I've never been so happy and effective and functional. And I still goof up. You know, my life is not perfect, but I'll tell you what, this stuff has just changed the way I think and operate with people, and it's made a gigantic difference for me. The big thing is, though, we don't live in a vacuum. Mm-hmm. You know, while it affected me, it had a dramatic effect on my family and my students and the kids I coached. And I'm sure it's the same for you.
Yeah, I actually love that because I think you're right. We don't live in a vacuum. So as I got better at this material, my family life got better too. And one of the things I'm really excited to share with you all through Living Top 20 is the Top 20 culture and how I brought that into my home and implemented that culture as a family. I had never thought about what was our culture as a family before. I mean, who really does? But the truth is, when we implemented that, our family changed. Before, we were what we were, and now it's just so much better. It's not all rainbows and ponies by any means, but it is a lot better. We just have more solid, better communications. So it's neat to see what that's done for us. And you guys are spreading this movement everywhere.
Yeah, we had no idea. When this started in 1999, it was just a little 9th grade elective class in one high school. And then it blew up. We are just approaching 400,000 teachers trained now in the last 5 or 6 years. Paul Burnaby and Willow Sweeney and I are out and about the countryside, from South Dakota to Boston, out to Los Angeles. And there's just been tons of really cool stuff happening in classrooms around the country based on this. And it's spilled over to athletics. There's an initiative in Minnesota now where we're really working hard with athletic teams. We're running into great stories everywhere. There's a football coach in Minnesota who's doing this work with his team, and he believes it's transformed not only his team but the community into a more positive way of being. There's 10th grade teachers doing this in health class, and there's a K-6 curriculum that we have developed in conjunction with some teachers. It's making a huge difference for the really little kids. Even little people can learn this stuff. That's what's cool about it.
Yeah, we've got the Top 20 Teens book and just everything that it does, that it speaks to education in children. In Phoenix, we've worked with the Boys Team Charity, the National Charity League. But beyond just kind of these educational groups and working with kids, can you tell us, because this has just gone huge, tell us how it's gotten into businesses.
Yeah, hospitals. Last month I did 2 days with nurses, which was really interesting. The Corn Growers Association has hired us. We're working with small businesses, social workers. It's not a school thing. It's not an individual. It's a people thing. Mm-hmm. And so what people want to be more effective in their organizations or businesses, this stuff has had a dynamic impact on them as well.
Tell us about our Fairmont. It's so exciting. I think I might need to move.
There's a they got room. There's only like 10 or 11,000. It's Fairmont, Minnesota, southern Minnesota town, that was the first group to decide they wanted this for their city, for their community. They started by training their school, but then they quickly went to the assisted living seniors. They're training their patrols and their Boy Scouts. They train their police department. Fairmont, Minnesota wants to be a top 20 community that lives like this, and they want to pass this on from generation to generation. It's a really cool initiative. We've been really lucky to be part of this project. And it all started with one man. We're right back to the individual. Mm-hmm. The police chief got a hold of this and said, I don't want this for me, I want this for all of us. Really cool.
And it's amazing because it has so many layers. It's not just kind of like, you know, a cat poster where it says live a happy life. It really digs into how am I thinking? How am I learning? Looking at myself as a learner, and how am I communicating? And we call that the TLC. In our Habit Builder program, the first year we really start about thinking and talk about what are our thoughts? Are they serving our best interest or not? Then we move into communication, and then we move into learning. And so it just starts to build on each other. What I really encourage you guys to do is visit www.livingtop20.com. If you're seeing this on the site now, go ahead and click onto the membership button at the top of the page, and you'll be able to look at all the benefits that being a member will bring you. What I think is the best thing about being a member is that we've broken this material up into small, easy pieces, you know.
Yeah, and to live like this, you're not going to just go do this because you watched a video. Mm-hmm. You're going to need some help, whether it's a friend or your sister-in-law on the phone, or you're putting little Post-its on your mirror to remind yourself. And then we're going to bring you things on this site, this website, that are going to support you, because you're going to need some help. I definitely needed some help to pull this off. And,
it wasn't easy making him tolerable. No, I'm kidding.
No, it wasn't. But we're still working on it.
It's definitely a process, and that's why the Habit Builder videos, they're less than 5 minutes, and the emails and the reminders that you'll get just to keep the material fresh in your mind, they're tiny, short paragraphs and sentences, so that you're not having to read an entire book or, you know, carve out more time in your life. We're making it easy for you, so go check it out at livingtop20.com. Check out the membership button. We'll see you there.
Bye-bye.